Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Analilia Marin. Thank you for joining me today and thank you for being back. I had to take a break, but I'm back. So thank you for being back with me. Woo! And don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, share it to somebody that needs to hear this. I'm sure there's lots of people that need to hear this. So without further ado, drum roll please. Today's video, I am talking about what I learned from being a toxic person. I know, toxic, right? It sounds kind of scary and just gross and ugh, but I think we get to a point when we're filled with so much pain, so much anger, so many different emotions that we become this toxic person, yet we don't even know what we're doing. So we don't even know we're doing it actually. So I wanted to talk about my journey being a toxic person and what I learned from it, in hopes of hopefully making you realize, if you are that person, how you can change. So anyways, with that, what I learned from being a toxic person. Number one, when I was a toxic person, one thing that I was doing a lot was complaining. Does that sound familiar? So, complaining like, I don't know, like, ugh, why is it so hot today? Oh, it's too cold. Why is the sun not out? Why is it raining? You know, just finding any little thing to complain about. That is definitely a trait for a toxic person. And you know, it just kind of comes natural. We just talk about it, but you have to try to see the world differently, because what you focus on is what you are going to show. So if you're just focusing on complaining, that's all you're really gonna see, just the complaining, just the bad side. Think about the good things. You know, sure, it's not sunny today, it's gloomy, but what is the positive in that? Well, the rain brings water to us. We're not in a drought. We have beautiful flowers blooming everywhere. You know, see, look at the positive things. So that's the first trait. And really think about what you're saying and think about the things that are coming out of your mouth. If you notice yourself complaining a lot, you know, think about it. Am I like this with everybody? Am I like this all the time? And if you are, maybe that's a sign that, hey, you got to change. You keep focusing on all these negative things. Okay, trait number 2 is toxic people tend to be not supportive. With that being said, they tend to be judgy, they tend to be jealous, they're very discouraging. So they're the type of people that when you go to them and you tell them, hey, I got an A in my exam, they are not really excited for you. They're kind of like, oh, well, today was a shitty day for me. So, you know, they don't get excited for you. They're not supportive. They're not encouraging. They're not applauding you. They're over there just thinking about themselves and being jealous about your success, or being just negative about whatever situation is going on. They can't really be happy for you because that makes them feel bad inside. And I say that because I used to be like that. Like, I used to compare myself to a lot of people, and I became toxic because I couldn't be happy for them, because I felt like, oh, I want to be like that. So that's not fair. How come I'm not like that? Instead of, you know, just genuinely being happy for them. Like, hey, they're doing so good. Like, it's okay. I'll get my turn. Just be happy for them. I'm just going to encourage them. So I had to change that about myself so that I could be more supportive. And now that I am more supportive, I'm actually more joyful. Even though I'm not where I want to be, it just brings me so much joy to be able to support someone else's journey. Number 3, toxic people tend to take up your time. And what I say by that is they only talk to you when they need to vent or they need something. They're not there for you when you actually need them. So I don't know if you have come across somebody, or if you're that type of person where you want to hang out with people, you want to go see them, yet when they want to see you, you're not available, and or they're not available. And you know, they only come for you just to vent. Like, they just come to basically emotionally dump all their crap onto you, and then you're left feeling like crap. And you wonder, hey, what's going on? And I mean, one time, I get it, you know, sometimes we all need to vent and we're not always positive. But when this is a pattern and you start seeing like, hey, every time I hang out with this person, I always end up feeling like crap after. Like, think about that. Or are you that person? Do you just go and visit your friends when you feel like crap so they can help you feel better, but yet you're not doing anything to make them feel better? Are you asking them how they're feeling? Are you asking them how they're doing? Are you being positive to them? Or are you just dumping all your crap onto them? Think about that. I mean, some of these things, like, you don't even notice you're doing until somebody tells you, until, you know, you have that awareness, like, oh crap, like, I'm that toxic person. And then you just have this like epiphany, like, oh, I need to change. I mean, some people, not always, because there's a lot of toxic people out there. Don't want to say names, but they're out there. Number 4, toxic people tend to be closed-minded. So they tend to only see things their way and no way else. They are not open. They're not opening to listening. I know that we all have our own ways and we all have our own way of thinking, our own beliefs. You know, that is totally normal. But just because you have your own beliefs doesn't mean that you have to shove them down somebody's throat or make them want to believe whatever you're saying. Like, I think toxic people just, they want you to be like them. And if you don't fit into their mold, then they don't accept you for who you are. And I mean, if you think about it, like, what type of world would we live in if people were like that all the time? If, you know, obviously we can't fit into one mold because we're all different. We're all created with different experiences, different beliefs, different cultures, different everything. And we can't all think the same. We just can't. We would be boring, robotic society if we lived like that. So being able to be open-minded is really life-changing. You don't have to agree with how the person thinks or their beliefs, as long as you just accept them and you are just open to listening to what they're saying instead of just like, nope, nope, nope. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you guys understand, but I've come across some people like that. And it tends to be toxic because it's not a stimulating conversation, or it's not a stimulating friendship, because you can't really open up to people that are just so closed-minded and not willing to see anything else. Just, you know, it's basically like they're walking in life with like blinds, or what are these called? What are these called? Blinders? Yeah. Right? It's basically like you're walking around with blinders on your face. And, you know, in life you can only see that. Like, you can only see this much. You can't see like all this beauty on this side or all this beauty on this side, because you're just so focused on one thing. So take those blinders off and just learn to be a little bit more open. Number 5. Okay, number 5, which I really like this one because oh my god, I used to be like this all the time. And this is called the victim mindset. But let me tell you. So number 5 is they blame everything on everybody else except themselves. Does that sound familiar? Is that you? Because that was me. But yeah, blaming everything because because it's, you know, cloudy today. Oh, that's, you know, this person's fault. That's God's fault. That's whatever's fault, you know? They can't take personal responsibility for them. Like, sure, it's gloomy, but why are you letting that affect you? Like, you are responsible for your own self. You are responsible for your own attitude, your own reactions to things or responses to things. You are responsible for that. You can't be blaming people because somebody said something offensive. They probably weren't trying to offend you, but you took offense to it. That's your response. That's not theirs. They're not saying things to offend you. They're just speaking their mind. So why take offense? So stop blaming other people for how you feel or for the things. Like, take responsibility for yourself. And toxic people do that all the time. They refuse to accept that they are responsible for how they react. You know, if it's rush hour and they're pissed off, they're screaming at traffic, and really, like, traffic is not doing anything to you. It's just there. You're the one that's, you know, freaking out because of traffic. So I mean, just don't be that toxic person. So I mean, is that you? Because like I said, that was me. I would blame everything on everyone except myself. Until I started taking responsibility for myself was when I, switched. So that concludes today's video. Are you a toxic person? Is that you? Because if it is, think about it. How can you change? Because the more toxic you are, the less friends and the less people are going to want to be around you. Because as people grow, as people progress, they're not going to want to be with a person like that. I gotta go because as you can see, the sun is going down and I am being sucked by these stupid mosquitoes. And there's probably coyotes coming out from over there. So I gotta go. Don't forget to subscribe if you like it and give it a thumbs up. And if you like what I said or would like to add more, please put it in the comment section below. Or if you enjoy this, just let me know. I want to get to know everybody. So comment in the comment section below, tag a friend, send it to somebody, and have a lovely day. And I will talk to you soon. Bye. What the fuck was number one? A blank. My brain is like, let me it's been a while, so I have to, okay. Okay.
I wish I wasn't here.